Well, thanks so much for your help, pal.
Yeah, thanks.
And,
once you grab that new one, we can definitely help you get that stuff transferred.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pictures in there I got to get out of there. And you know, Google is my partner in the cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, 6 months ago, they just plain shut me off from about a year's worth of my pictures.
I unfortunately wouldn't be able to do anything about that. For that, you'd have to talk to their support team.
To Google support.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a phone number.
Do they sell that kind of stuff? Could I say, hey, just take that first year and put it on disk and sell it and send it to me and then send me the bill? Or?
I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask them, unfortunately. I think they sell like cloud storage, maybe. So you might be able to pay them to store your stuff for you. But
well, you know, they do some funny stuff.
Yeah. Really,
you know, in the past, I might shoot 20,000 pictures in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do they do with them? I'm shooting from the same location all the time.
Right.
So they will take my photos and string them together and create time lapses and send it back to me.
Right. That's the Google Photos thing, yeah.
And the shit that pops out is like what has been demonstrated over and over and over and over again. You know, in the last few years, I've probably taken, I don't know, between 50 and 100,000 photographs of what's over our head.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the shoot times are before and during the daylight, before and during the sunrise, and during and after the sunset. And what is visible in the sky before the sunrise? The dim lights. And there's a shitload of them. And the dim lights flew in here between 2012 and 2016. 3,000 new comets were mapped between 2012 and 2016.
That's pretty cool.
It's what's warming up the solar system. Tons of that shit flew in here. Shitloads of it hasn't flown out. A bunch of them are great, big, notable, highly charged son of a bitches. Comet Atlas, Comet Africano, Comet Lerner. If you see them in the wrong spot in the sky, you think it's the sun. What's the sun doing over there?
Right.
So one of the notables is a little thing called Comet Catalina V4, and V4 is tracking behind us. And V4, when you study the maps, V4 has 4 orbitals of its own. And the most far-flung of one of those bunch is a guy named Comet Catalina US-10. And if we're on the right side of the sun and the fucking US-10 comes swirling around from a V4, oh, it's way the fuck within view. And what do they look like in the sky in the daylight? They look like a cloudy wedge, right? Mm-hmm. It turns out that the tail on a comet is its borealis energy, right? You know what the borealis energy is here, right? Northern lights, southern lights. Well, it turns out that is the planetary connection to the electric universe. If you're familiar with the electric universe theory, Einstein and Newton are getting their asses kicked for the last 30 years pretty heavy. And who's winning the day? The guys in the plasma physics laboratory. Why? Because all their shit experimentally looks like what the fuck they see out there. So we're living in those exciting times that the Chinese have always wished upon us.
Right.
And one of the notables that has come down in the last few years is September 23rd, 2017. There was an event in the heavens that the scholars have been watching for well over 2,000 years, and it happened that morning. And it's right out of the 14th book of Revelations, and it's all this stuff about the Virgin in the sky getting pregnant, and then the Virgin gives birth. And when the Virgin gives birth, what all has to happen? Well, it has to happen with the crown of the Virgin and 12 stars, all this other bit. And so that morning, the sun rose, Leo rose. Leo only has 9 stars in it. Okay, so the crown of the Virgin is supposed to have 12, right?
Right.
That morning, Mercury, Mars, and Venus were all pulled right into Leo. The sun comes up. Oh, Leo comes up with 12 stars in it. The Virgin rises. What happens with the Virgin? She gives birth, meaning the motion of Jupiter. Jupiter had flown into her midsection in January. That morning, Jupiter begins the retrograde trip out of the midsection. What has to happen next? The full moon has to rise. Oh yeah, 15, 20 minutes after the freaking sunrise, the full moon comes up. What else has to happen? The dragon has to be in the sky. Well, the dragon is one of this collection of gigantic, huge bullshit that has flown in here since 2012 to now. And the dragon is a collection of what the physicists describe as stellar remnants in a string of big red bodies, and you can see them in the sky on the right night. You can see them, and most people don't have a fucking clue as to what they're looking at, or they would be thinking differently, I think. That deal on the 23rd of September, well, that is, according to that book, that's the announcement of the beginning of the tribulation. What happened a week later? 7 days later, in front of that big black pyramid in Vegas, 700 people got shot up. What happened a week after that? Oh, Santa fucking Rosa, California got about half burnt off the map. What happened a week after that? Oh, Humboldt County got about half burnt off the map. All these fires that are burning right now, oh hell, they can watch them start from satellite. They'll watch 6 of them fucking start in the same 60 seconds. It's a war on us down here. Apparently.
Thank you for your time.
Orion, I'll see you again, pal.
Okay. We're open until 5 today.
I wish I was wrong, but I don't think I am.